I mean, come on, man.
We're live, Tony.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're here again. See, people, you are welcome, people, to this week's Monday Night Madness. People, I like calling the Monday Night Madness, Monday Night Mandem, Monday Night anything. See, people, what is there is that there's going to be chaos today, yeah? And see, people, we have some, we have some very, very controversial goodness down here in the house, people. I am. The person who's right next to me is one of the most, outspoken gunners we have in the house, a friend of ours. And of course, Waffle Don is down here with us, my fellow host. And of course, Craig Matthews is down here with us. We'll be expecting Johnny later on in the show. So it is what it is. See, let's welcome the resident proctologist to the house, Dr. Seymour. You're welcome to the show. How you doing, bro?
Oops. Legend introduction. Thank you very much, TC. Big up to you. Big up to Craig. Big up to Abs. Big up to chat. Glad to be here. Ready to talk some shop and ready to see how the next few months are going to go down. Because we are in for a ride, let me tell you.
Yeah, definitely. Craig Matthews, are you there? Could you please put a picture? Let's know you're there, bro. Hope you're there.
Craig.
Oh.
Yeah.
Easy. Greg is back. Greg,
he's twisting his hair. He was just twisting his hair, Just
Oh man,
Greg, how you doing, man?
I've been good, man. I've been good. You?
Talk to the people, bro.
Hey, where's the microphone, man? Oh, okay. Just testing.
Yeah, it's been a good weekend. Been Arsenal fan. Been a great weekend.
Yeah.
Great weekend.
You're welcome, bro. You're welcome, bro. And of course, people, needs no introduction. Fellow host, my guy, my brother. See, needs no introduction. Waffle Don, talk to the people.
Yeah, big up people, man. You know what? It's going to be a great show tonight. I'm sure once we get into it, big up to the chat as well. Yes, we do look at the chat, Tottenham Goat. I am on the chat right now, but I don't want to disturb my host, so I'm not going to cut in. So I will see the chat and I will bring up the chat. So don't worry about that. We keep it popping over here. Big up.
Keep it popping over here, people. It doesn't get better than that, people. See, let's walk straight right into it. But see, traditionally, yeah, we're Arsenal fans down here, but today we'll be widening our scope just a little bit. We'll be looking into other football clubs that are trading Arsenal also. We'll bring Arsenal into the picture, of course, later on. But let us first start with, Aston Villa, people. Aston Villa. We have two clubs running up for us, people, yeah. We have the Aston Villa, we have the Manchester City. People still think that Aston Villa still, I said last week, people still thought that Aston Villa, are very much in the mix. I thought they're very much in the mix. I spoke with Northside LDN, Lee Gunner. They're saying Aston Villa are right, at the bank with this one. Dr. Seymour, what would you have to say about Aston Villa dropping points to Brentford after going one man down, those Brentford fellas, and they still picked up maximum points against Aston Villa?
Yeah, well, very much a sentiment and experience that we have had at our own club. Pressure bursts pipes. You know, this was an opportunity for Aston Villa to take 3 points, especially after Brentford went down a man. I mean, granted, it was a bit of a cheap red card, but to that end, you know, like Aston Villa did not take the opportunity when it was presented to them, and simultaneously they had even allowed that goal to go in by Django Unchained. You know, so I mean, so I could only imagine that Emery's fuming, and I can only imagine that, you know, that their squad is fuming. I mean, look, they have a relatively fortuitous a set of matches coming up ahead, and we better hope. Well, again, the only thing that we can do, the only thing that we should be doing, is focusing on ourselves, focusing on the matches ahead, not worrying about what our opponents are doing, and certainly not trying to root for other teams to do the job for us. If we get over the line, it's going to be because of our own volition. It's going to be because of our own determination to do so. And, you know, so let other teams go on a run. We need to be going on a run. Like, we need to be, you know, like, we need to be, you know, like, again, like, I think we could have played a little bit more fluidly against Leeds. I know that we have these types of attacking performances in our locker, and something that I've been calling for now, like, for this, you know, like, for time, is to see consistency over a run of games. You know, like, being able to put on a streak, and being able to put this league to bed at this point, which it should have already been at this stage.
Definitely. I mean, big words from Dr. Sam. I mean, we'll soon get to Arsenal, where me and him will have a little bit of a clash down there, you know, because we'll talk about Kai Havertz. We'll bring in that tough long road down to Ellen Road, where we picked up a win. So we're going to get into those arguments. But again, my co-host, Wafu Don, you have to come into this conversation. Yeah. I mean, Aston Villa dropping points at home to Brentford.
You know what? I don't know if you saw the group chat the other day, but I've been advocating for Villa to, you know, maybe upset the apple cart. I really thought, you know, that Villa, being only 4 points behind, would have a say in this title race. You know, would upset us. They upset us. They beat us. They also dealt with Man City as well. But that display yesterday was a surprise, big surprise. And we're allowed to get things wrong, right? You know, we're football fans and we're content creators. And, you know, if you see a team that looks like a threat, you know, they've got a decent manager, they had a decent side. The only problem that they had is Ollie Watkins got injured. So, you know, that may have been like a kind of like a massive issue for them. But it happens. All of our teams are going to drop points at the end of the day. And it is looking like just us and City right now. And it's just looking like us and us right now, I should say.
Big statement.
And us.
People, big statement. Big statement. We have to talk about that.
Wait.
Let me understand this.
Yeah.
I want to understand this. You have just said that the title running right now is going to be between Arsenal and Man City. Let me just get that correctly.
I said Arsenal, Man City, but us and us. Yeah.
Okay.
The title race is it's us fighting us now. Yeah. Arsenal versus Arsenal. That's the title race right now. We're 6 points ahead. We should not be dropping massive points going into the last 14 games. Yeah. We're at the top right now, and we need to stay there. You know, City are on their knees City are on their knees right now. Who expected City to beat Spurs yesterday? I mean, City to draw with Spurs yesterday.
Not many.
Not many, but again, that's the same point you're actually refuting too. Arsenal would, because when you say people, I'm sorry for the whole argument thing, but that's the basis for this show. We have to argue a bit. Yeah, I mean, when you say Arsenal, Arsenal versus Arsenal, it's a bit crazy because we are going to drop points. The top clubs are going to drop points. The top four are going to drop points. Aston Villa dropped points yesterday, and that was a home game, my people. Yeah, City would definitely drop points to their bogey team. People seem to forget that that Tottenham has already gone away from home to the Etihad and done City dirty on their own turf. And right now, coming again, dropping points. I was telling you Gunnar the other day, Arsenal is going to drop points. So are City and Aston Villa and every other person who is jostling for the title is going to drop points. You know why? Because all these other teams are no more mugs. It's hard to get 3 points in the Premier League. High stakes, high reward. They've raised their level. They've raised their games. They now know how to set up against typical top four sides. That's all I'm saying. So when you say it's Arsenal versus Arsenal, I get it. But at the same time, it's hard to get points these days, my bro. It's hard. We're going to drop points, whether we like it or not. What was that?
Yes, well, I mean, yes. I mean,
come on, man. Yeah, you have to give me something. You have to give me something, bro.
Well, what I will say to that is that, like this season is not over until it is over. Like what that means is that there are still 42 points left to play for, right? And there is still a 6.7 point margin with the teams that are closest to us. So as we know, like from prior experiences, there is no margin for error at this stage, but certainly as the wise philosopher in the chat, AFC 87 always has said previously,
big up the AFC, bro.
This league should have been put to bed already. And the fact that, and I think like what concerns me a little bit is that City and Villa, more so City, have been playing so poorly and so inconsistently this entire season, and they're only 6 points at, only 6 points, like from the top of the league. So, like we have not done ourselves any favors, like in previous matches, dropping silly points. We have gotten a little bit too complacent, and again, this team has to shape up. This team has to, appreciate that these next 14 league games, just like regardless of all the other matches, like the next 14 league games themselves, like isolated, are critical.
Definitely. I mean, again, I hear you, but again, we have to bring in Craig. Craig, coming into the conversation, my brother, man. Coming into the conversation. I mean, you've heard the Waffle Don. You heard the Don himself, yeah. You heard him speak, yeah. You heard the Osama speak. So, I mean, where do you stand in all this, mostly regarding Aston Villa and Brentford? Now they drop points. They have to go on from this now. Where do you stand with this Aston Villa drop points? And do you think they are still in the chase for that title with us? And do you agree with the Waffle Don, who already stated that, hey, you know what, yeah, it seems like it's Arsenal, Man City that might, go deeper into, into the belly of the fish to get this trophy? What do you think?
I thought Brentford played very well yesterday with 10 men against Aston Villa. I think they defended very well. They had 4 banks of 4. They just defended. They played their strikers was giving Conte a lot of trouble yesterday. He was giving a lot. Every time the ball went over the top, he was mussing them off the ball, winning free kicks. And I think Brentford defended very well. They just defended, and they're very good. Brentford are a very good team. And we've got to play them in 2 games' time, I think, after Sunderland. We've got to play them at their ground. And at their home ground, they're very hard to beat at home. They're hard to lose at home. So when they lost against Nottingham Forest last week, I was shocked that they're losing at home, because they're hard to lose at home. They always seem to be at the GTEC Stadium. They got a good record there. They're beating all the big boys there as well. So, they have beaten the big boys there. They're very good. They just know how to play against it. They're long throws as well. They're very good at long throws. Coyote and his long throws, and they got pace on the wings as well, and the striker Thiago, good little finisher as well this season for them. So I thought where Aston Villa went wrong yesterday. I think they tried everything to score a goal. Abraham had a chance. They tried everything. They tried everything, and they just when you play a game in football, you know you're not going to score. Yeah. I just knew yesterday Aston Villa were not going to score yesterday. I just felt the way how Brentford defended, gave them no space. They were trying everything. This game could play even today, and they still wouldn't score against them. That's how good they were. With the whole abs thing about Arsenal versus Arsenal, I agree. I thought that we're the only ones that are going to stop us from winning the league. I honestly feel that. I feel like we have the perfect opportunity to go win our games, and then when we have that, the biggest game I think it's going to be for us is the Man City game, the showdown against Man City. That's where I think the title will be decided. That game, I thought that game would be a very crucial game. Obviously, we've got to play Tottenham. We've got the next 3 games. We've got Sunderland at home, Brentford away, and Tottenham away. Them games are going to be crucial as well. If we get 9 points out of them 3 games, I think we'll be on our way to win the title. As I said, I'm taking it 1 game at a time anyway. I'm not getting we're going to win the league. We have to go out there and we get the points on the board. Every game's a cup final between now and the end of the season, I would say. Every game now. Every single game. We can't rest on our laurels or anything. We have to go out there and win the game. Not just win the game, batter teams as well. Win it convincingly. So, you know what I mean? We're fair in the league.
I hear you, man. I hear you, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig. Craig, it's easy, yeah. It's easy to say these things, but sometimes you have to be carried away. We're fans, yeah. First of all, we're fans, yeah. We're fans of the game. We're fans of Arsenal Football Club. And I really feel like, you have to add a little bit of emotion to it. What's football? What's enjoying football without adding that little emotion into it? Yeah, allowing it to carry you away just a little from the fan point. I'm not talking about the boys playing. I'm talking from the fan point. Yeah, you have the right to be giddy just a little bit. Yeah, But again, see, people, that's just me. Waffle done. Let's bring this talk about Manchester City and their visit down to the new White Hart Lane. You saw what happened, yeah? People are scoring scorpion kicks. Ladies and gentlemen, people are scoring scorpion kicks, yeah, in this league. Yeah, people. See, what we've done. Take it away, Man City. No.
I was talking about this earlier on one of my pods. So I don't really like watching City games anymore because the outcome is usually a City win, and the outcome is usually I'm wound up and I'm annoyed because they're 3 points closer to us. But I just had this game on yesterday, and when they went up 2-0, I was like, okay, game over. I'm going out to get a curry or whatever. So I'm outside the curry place, and it's 2-1 now, and I'm thinking, hold on, what's going on here, eh? And then obviously, the second goal, and it's just like, now it's okay, keep refreshing the page because City are probably going to score that winner. When you're just waiting for that winner to come, that's how it felt. And you know what? The winner didn't come. And, another draw. But I still feel that, I don't know, they're not blown away yet. Do you know what I'm saying, Dr. S? I still feel that City are still there. Semenyo's coming out with fight talk like, oh, well, it's still 2 games that we just need to win. They lose 2 games, we win 2 games, and we're back in it. I still feel, that, a draw or a loss at Liverpool this week, and we have to win against Sunderland. If we go 9 to 12 points ahead in the next few weeks, then I think that swing is going to be too much for City to get back. But I'm loving to see City rattled, because this time 2-3 years ago, it will be Arsenal that's rattled. Rodri's coming out in interviews and talking about refs. No one's going to say anything. No one's saying anything about bottling a 2-0 lead. If it was Arsenal, bottlers. City boxed a 2-0 lead. They bottled a 2-0 lead. It just goes to show you that City, they don't have the legs. Rodri, he doesn't have the legs. They don't have that usual mentality that they've had over the past 4 or 5 seasons. And I'm not dissing Man City for a moment, because all it takes is us for just to. That's why I said it's us versus us, because if we do our job and if the manager does his job, we get over the line. But until we get over the line, City are going to be there. And it's like, how can I say? You see your friend, yeah, you know, you see your friend at the shop and he's buying, say for example, he's buying, I don't know, cigarettes, yeah, and you say to yourself, you need to stop smoking, bro. Come on, stop smoking. But you just know he's gonna be in that shop again and again and again and again, and you're like, you know what? Yeah, what's it gonna take for this guy to stop? Yeah, he has to go through it. He has to go through the withdrawal symptoms. He has to go through the feeling sick. He has to go through all of that, and then to get over the line. Yeah, it just takes that. Just takes an instant to get over the line, and that's what we have to do as a club. We need to get over the line. Yeah, but I'm telling you now, we need to stop worrying about other clubs. Yeah, it's us that are our own worst enemies. Yeah, it's not City. City are a very successful club in the last how many 10 years, 11 years, whatever you want to call it. It's us that need to grab this Premier League, yeah, and it's us as fans, yeah. We need to just keep on their necks.
Facts.
I mean, big words from Waffle Don. Dr. Seymour, do you have something to say about that? I mean, City dropping points. I mean, and again, he brought out a big point, Dr. Seymour, yeah. If this was Arsenal that bottled it, a 2-0 lead, yeah, against Tottenham Hotspurs, everyone will be up in arms. Dr. Seymour, what do you have to say?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like there's a bit of a double standard being applied there, in the sense that, that City aren't, and especially Rodri for that matter, who certainly knows a lot better than to be saying these things, is coming out and saying it, and that's a bit shambles on their part. They are definitely rattled, but as Waffle Don said, we have to put our boot to their neck. And we have to let them know that that they can do whatever they'd like to do this season. It doesn't matter, simply because what we're going to do this season is going to trump anything that they even attempt to do. Even looking at the remaining league fixtures that we have, right? The only real question mark, if you could say that, is going to the Etihad. But apart from that, like, we are talking about games that on paper we should be putting to bed. Where I have concern with is going back to these types of games where we end up becoming so complacent because on paper we should be doing it. As many people have said, we need to be treating every game like a cup final. We need to again, why I have so much stick for people that support this manager, like, to all ends, and back players in this squad to all ends, despite the fact that they haven't gotten over the line to earn that admiration, if you will. I'm someone that I don't care who does it. Like, I don't care who the players' names are at the end of the day, or the managers' names are, because at the end of the day, like, if they are good enough to get over the line, that's what will earn them the right to be lionized. That is what will earn them the right to be declared, something reputably associated to this club. Unfortunately, we have been like the Greek metaphor of Sisyphus, rolling the boulder up almost like exponentially close to the summit of the cliff, and yet falling down right when we just get right so close to it. Like, we need to show the ability that we have the ability to get over the line and to shut people up, including myself, because I would love to be proven wrong. I would love to see silverware in this club. Big up, Gianni. You know,
Big
yeah,
up Gianni, man, in the building, man. I got to sort the layout, man. I don't know where Tony is. Tony, I think he's had a bit of connection issue.
he's been
Right,
lost.
let me sort the layout. Yeah. Hold on. Let me just add a camera. Okay. Right. Tony, you back? Tony, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm back. I'm
I'm
here.
just sorting a
It's in
layout.
the ether, folks.
You know, I'm just sorting the layout out. Hold on. Let me just sort the layout quickly, people. Sorry about
It's
that.
almost like was that Patrick Swayze back in the
That's
day?
better. That's better.
Ghost. There you go.
Hold
we
on.
go.
Hold on. We've got to big up Gianni in the building, though, man.
Yeah, we have to big him up.
Killers in the building. Killers in the building. Chicago, we saying, man? What's up, man? Go on,
No,
Tony.
sorry I was a little late. Just had to deal with some stuff at work, man. Work's been out of control because of this cold. But how you guys doing? How's everybody doing this today?
Good, man.
Good, man.
Good.
Full of
Yeah,
shit.
we're doing great, Gianni. Doing great.
Good.
We're doing great, man. And you're welcome to the show. I mean, you just came in the midst of the whole talk about Man City dropping points, against Tottenham Hotspurs. Before we go to Craig Matthews, who would definitely have something to say about that. Gianni, just tell us about what you thought about that matchup at White Lane, the new White Lane. City dropping points. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to go 2-0 up. It's another thing to stay 2-0 up. Arsenal stayed 2-0 up against Leeds and won that matchup 4 goals to nil. But with City, went 2-0 up, couldn't keep it.
I mean, yeah, but I've been saying this to Waffle and the doc behind the scenes since October. This isn't the same City team, so I'm not that surprised. On top of it, even all the previous years that City's won, Spurs has always been the bogey team for them. No matter what has happened, Spurs has always been their bogey team. So the fact that it's not the same team, any City fan right now should be kissing the ground that Kevin De Bruyne and Ilkay Gundogan walk across, because it shows this season how important those players were to that dynasty run that they had. Because in these games that we're seeing them drop points, De Bruyne or Gundogan are coming up with goals or crazy assists in the last minute of the game or at any time of the game to get past the problems that they're having as far as scoring goals. So the fact that De Bruyne and Gundogan are no longer there, the fact that Bernardo Silva is not the same player that he once was. Phil Foden, we give a lot of slack to Martin Odegaard, and rightfully so. But Phil Foden's on the same 18-month, about to hit 2-year spell of being out of form. So it's not that shocking to me that the guy who won Premier League Player of the Year, who's been out of form for 18 months, going on possibly 2 years, if he doesn't pick it up, it's not shocking that these guys are dropping points. As I've been saying, this isn't the same City team. And like what I heard you guys say, and I agree with what Waffle said, it's us versus us. On a mentality issue, it's us versus us. If we get past the mentality issue, which the big step is going to be tomorrow against Chelsea. And I've said it since the beginning, if we win this League Cup, the League Cup is going to prove that we have cemented ourselves this year, that we have the mentality to finally get past all the nonsense to prevent us from winning, and that we will eventually go on to win the Premier League. Now, the Champions League's a whole nother kettle of fish. As I've said, I don't really believe that we're going to win the Champions League. I think we need to start as like what we've seen City and Chelsea do in the past. You need to start winning trophies to build up to the mentality to the Champions League, because that's a different level of a trophy compared. And we don't have the heritage in that competition like we've seen Real Madrid and other teams who don't have the best year going, but still find a way to pull out that trophy. So, but for me, I'm not shocked. As far as Villa is concerned with dropping points, it was only a matter of time, but we need to keep Villa in context here. If it wasn't for PSR, one of our top goal scorers would be the goal scorer for Villa right now in Leandro Trossard. Let's all remember, until they got the callback of PSR and said, yeah, the only signing you're getting is that bum, Evan Boissand, Trossard was supposed to be the striker. And let's all remember something here. If Ollie Watkins had his shooting boots on in the second game at the Emirates, we're losing 3-0 going into halftime. If it wasn't for the Amadou Onana injury, Amadou Onana ran that midfield the first half. As soon as he went down with an injury, that changed the landscape of the game, which is why we were able to go on and beat them the way that we did. Because by right, if Ollie Watkins is just having a terrible year, let's also keep that in context. Ollie Watkins is not what he was 2 years ago when they made Champions League. He's been off for 18 months as well. So if Watkins had his shooting boots on, it's a different story with us in Villa. Villa might have done the double over us. So you know what? We've taken advantage. We've stunk out a ton of games. You know, the first 30 minutes against Leeds, I didn't find that impressive, but the next 60 minutes afterwards, I thought was much better. And I'd like to see us play that way for the rest of the season, if I'm being quite honest with you. Because if we play open attacking football, it's gonna get to the heads of the rest of the league and just be like, okay, it's Arsenal's league this year. There's nothing else that we can do about it. I just want us to play in a manner of we're letting everybody know it's our league. There's nothing that you can do about it, because once you do that and you demoralize these other teams, you're going to make it impossible, even if we find a way to screw up and drop points a couple games, that nobody's going to actually believe they're still going to catch us.
Gianni, I mean, well said, my brother, well said. You know what? Yeah, Craig, I want to open this thing up, yeah, everyone, but Craig will start it up, yeah. I want to open it up for anyone in the house, yeah, because Gianni, I've just brought, he just touched on some certain things, yeah, that has been, reverberating in the newsroom everywhere across sports, yeah, where Manchester United legends, yeah, are all out, up in arms, talking about Arsenal's title credentials, how we're playing, how how we're using set pieces, all these things. Yeah, Craig Matthews, please just delve into it, because Gianni has already said here. He talked about Arsenal and we should, our attacking flair, this, that, and then you're also hearing from this Man United legend, yeah, that if Arsenal wins this league, this would be the worst league win, since God knows when. Give us keynote to that argument, my brother. Do you support these things going around about Arsenal, how we're playing and how we're going about this title running?
I would love us to play more attacking football, don't get me wrong, but if we're winning 1 or 2, no, we have to do what we have to do. But some games we can go out there, let off the handbrake in some games, and let's go, especially at home. If we're at home, we shouldn't be parking the bus at home. We should go out there and all out attack and win the game. Some games we play like the hard teams, like you got difficult games, like away games are difficult. You go and get a 1 or 2-0 win, then it's good. Like even Man United last week, when we went 1-0 up, we started defending. Why are we defending when you're at home? You're 1-0 up. You go and get the second and third goal, kill Man United's confidence. They have to make changes, and when they make changes, they'll open up the game even more because they're going for the attack. We didn't do that last week, and it cost against Man United. It cost us. Saturday against Leeds was, as Gianni said, he didn't really enjoy the first half, but I thought second half we dominated them. I thought Madueke has to get a lot of credit as well, and he's got a lot of stick this season as well. But I thought he put in an A-star performance against Leeds. Got a goal, got an assist. And I thought the team all round played well in the second half. And I think David Raya made a good save in the first half. They remember that save made in the first half. I think it was Ampadu made a good shot and he was going in the top corner and he made a good save. I feel that those kind of moments in games can change the trajectory of a game, where if that had gone in, then we're 1-0 down and we're chasing the game against Leeds, who Leeds have done very well this season against the big boys. They beat Chelsea at home. They drew against United. They drew against Liverpool last minute. So going to this game this win is a very important win in the title race. When we look back and win the league this season, we look back to this game and said, this is the game we could have slipped up against Leeds, and we didn't slip up. So, yeah. And with the Man United thing as well, there's Man United pundits saying that would be the most boring Arsenal team to win the league. Well, we have won the league for almost 20-something years. I don't care how we win the league. As long as we win the league, that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, when they were winning leagues, it was, to me, some of the leagues they won were boring. Like the last league when Ferguson won, when he had Cleverley and them guys in midfield, that was a boring league to watch. They were one-man team. Van Persie was scoring all their goals for them. I don't see anybody saying that was a boring Man United team. But now, because we're doing well again and they're struggling, he wants to throw shade at us because we're doing well and they're not doing well. So it's just jealousy anyway. That's what I see it as anyway.
Dr. Seymour, do you think this is jealousy? Yeah, because I'm saying this because Gianni brought up that point about attacking flair. When you're playing, we need to come out these teams. You need to come out. But again, football has changed. Mostly in the Premier League, these teams come out to stink up the place. They have a way of playing against Arsenal. They have a different way of playing against Aston Villa. They have a more even different way of playing against Manchester City. When it comes to Arsenal, they want to keep 10 men back. They know that's the most efficient way to actually get any kind of points from Arsenal. Put 10 men behind and go on that counter attack. That's it. So Arsenal have to consistently break low blocks in the Premier League week in, week out. Apart from teams who believe, you know what, yeah, I'm at Ellen Road, I have to come out. Teams like Leeds that wanted to come out, they want to just sit back and soak up all the pressure. They tried, even if they did not, you know, have a lot going forward, but at least that effort was shown to come out. And Arsenal still exploited those spaces here and there, you know. But Dr. Seymour, where do you stand with this talk about, you know, attacking flair? You know, Arsenal's, you know, we're not playing great football right now. This is that. Man United legends talking down at us. You know, where are you at this thing now?
So, I mean, I'm not sure like if jealousy is the right word, or at least it's not the word that I would particularly use, like simply because, you know, like these teams, rather like, for example, like Manchester United, like, I mean, like they have, I mean, like they're one of the most successful teams in the country, if not, you know, like in the world. They have, I mean, like they have been on a massive decline for the last, you know, good decade or so. But to that end, I mean, like they have, I mean, like they have won the Prem, they have won the Champions League. They pretty much have won anything, you know, or rather everything, rather, like, you know, since the last time that we have won the league. So I'm not sure like if jealousy is the right word, but what I would say is that they're definitely, I mean, like they're definitely, I'm not sure like if annoyed is the right word. Honestly, I don't give a shit like what they have to say, simply because, you know, like they used to play for United, and United has always been like our true rival. So, you know, again, like they can hold that. I really don't care. As far as us like playing the way that we do, like the reason, as you had said, like the reason why teams like set up a low block against us is because A, we're predictable, B, we are easily, you know, we are easy to set up against, and C, you know, like it works. Like, why would teams do anything different when something is for the most part generally successful? You know, like, so, you know, like if we played more unpredictably, then they would have to set up more unpredictably, and that would create more, you know, like open space on the pitch. So I mean overall, like, I completely agree with, like, you know, I completely agree with Craig. I don't give a shit how we win. I mean, you know, like we never cared like how George Graham, you know, like had got this club over the line, like when we were stinking out, you know, like 1-0 victories. But to that end, we had a little bit more attacking flair, you know, like to us. So again, like I think there is a balance that, you know, that can be made as far as, you know, like being so defensively resolute, but simultaneously like being able to let the handbrake off every now and again, you know, like and pump like opposition for, you know, good 2, 3, 4 goals. Mm-hmm. So like, but yeah, as I said, you know, like no one is going to remember how we got over the line. I mean, like, granted, because of the straight trolling bullshit that we do, as far as, you know, like set pieces and own goals and corners. I mean, like that may be memorable in and of itself, just, you know, like just being a complete shithousery to the finish line. But at the end of the day, like, we're celebrating the trophy, right? You know, like, and that's the only thing that matters. So yeah, you know, all these moaners can hold it.
Yeah, I mean, big talk from Dr. Seymour, and it of course it remains Gianni and of course the Waffle Don. Waffle Don, where are you with this argument with Man United past legend? Yeah, I mean, talking tough about how Arsenal is playing, and again, yeah, Dr. Seymour said something else. He said Arsenal is, you know, easy to set up against. I beg to differ. Atletico Madrid, they came on. We smashed them up. I mean, it's just that easy to set up against Arsenal. Why did we have our way like that? When we played against Inter Milan, we did the shooby-doo against them. How about that? Yeah, nowhere. But I mean, Gianni, I know you have an Italian name. I'm sorry to do you dirty like this, but we did say shut up to Inter Milan, you know, in one of the grounds that I consider holy ground, the holy grail in European football. I mean, going away from home to bet Inter Milan. I mean, if it were that easy to set up against this kind of world-class teams, yeah, why would we beat them? Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid last season in the Champions League, it was that easy, that predictable to set up against. Why are we smashing these teams up in Europe? Why are we first in every single competition out there? We're first in the Champions League. We're first in the Premier League, bro. When the FA Cup fourth round, we're also top gunners, yeah, down there in the Carabao Cup. I mean, we're blitzing every single competition, at the top of every single competition. If we're that easy to set up against Waffledon and Gianni, why are we topping all these competitions, bro?
Waffle, you want to go first?
Yeah, let me go first because it's going to be short. Scholes can't really talk in it, you know what I'm saying? Well, he can talk, but I'm not taking something from someone that plays around with his daughter's feet, but for a start, yeah. So he needs to just calm down, talking some nonsense, yeah.
Bro,
Scholes,
seriously.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, that's another story. But
What?
You know what?
It's the only story.
You know what it is? I think there's a underpin respect for us from these guys. That's why they talk about us so much. But it's always gonna be this metric: get over the line. Yeah, you know, we can talk being top of this, top of that. You know, until these guys see that trophy. Odegaard lifting the trophy, whoever lifting the trophy, yeah, they're gonna troll us. They're gonna say things, you know. They're gonna say they don't rate this, they don't rate that. This player's not this player's not that. It's only until we start lifting trophies then we're gonna start getting our credit, and it's fair, you know, because these guys, the likes of Scholes, Beckham, and whoever you want to mention, they've been there and they've done it already. So when they're looking at us, they're saying, yeah, well, Arsenal are a good team, but they haven't won anything. And this is our problem. I'm sick of us, like, it's facts. We're at the top of this. We're at the top of that. We're in the semi-final of this. We're in the FA Cup. It doesn't matter until we get over the line. Yeah. We need to beat Chelsea tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to talk about that at some point. And we need to win this league. Yeah. And we need to win the Carabao Cup. That's what we need to do right now. So let them say what they want to say, you know, let them say what they want to say. And as AFC always says, who cares how we win it? Just do it. I want to see armpits starting March for the Carabao Cup and the rest in May.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Josh Truguna. He sent up the raid down here. So big up to everyone. Everyone here, subscribe. Waffledon, please make sure you're showing every channel's you know, description so that people can go subscribe. Gianni TV, Dr. Seymour, Craig Matthews, Tony Club, Gunner TV, Waffledon TV. Please, people, subscribe to every one of us down here. And Gianni, I mean, you chime in on on that one, bro. What do you think with this Manchester United legends talking tough?
There's a couple ways to go about it. I think the reason why Manchester United legends are saying the way they're saying is because historically Arsenal is known to play the best football in England. Let's just call it for what it is. Arsenal in its peak time has played the best football in England by a country mile. And I think that's the reason why they're throwing shade. At the same time, and I'm a believer of this, and you guys could chime in if you guys agree or disagree. But when you're a monster club, when you're a massive club, you have to play to the DNA and the history of the club. And the history of Arsenal is good, open, attacking football, which is why I think a lot of guys are throwing shade at us the way that we're playing. However, I would say to the Manchester United legends to pay attention to your own shit team, because since Ferguson left, they have hired the most pragmatic managers, gotten away from their history, which was also open attacking football. And since they've gone down the line of pragmatic football, they've been a shit team. Let's just call it for what it is. Manchester United, yeah, they've gotten a couple trophies here and there, but the whole reason why Manchester United has not been the big dog on the playground anymore like they used to be is because they've gotten away from their history. Since then, look, they went and got David Moyes. David Moyes should have never been hired for the job, if we're being honest. David Moyes, congratulations with what you did with Everton. It's Everton. You don't deserve the Manchester United job. You got to go somewhere else before you go take over Manchester United. Jose, we can say what we want about Jose, but Jose Mourinho and his brand of football with the players he had at Man U just didn't match up. It didn't match up. Okay. Everybody, and part of the problem with that was everyone likes to throw shade at Paul Pogba, but everyone doesn't like to remember the football that Juventus played to allow Paul Pogba to control games and dictate games. Nobody who was a manager at United allowed Paul Pogba to do that. He had moments, but other than that, they didn't. And that's why Man United is in the situation they're in. One of the reasons I do think this has been brought up, and shout out to Shane Gooner because he brought it up. If we continue
Shane every time,
we keep scoring goals the way that we are, we're on track to be either the second or worst team scoring goals outside of the Leicester winning team. And when you spend £1 billion, that's not the way to be looking at it, especially when you consider, again, the DNA of Arsenal is we show up on the pitch, we dance around you with the ball, and we smack you up every single time we play. That's the history of Arsenal. So for the fact of the matter that they're saying it like that, I get it to a certain degree because they're more so, I think, going at us because we're getting away from the heritage. But at the same time, it's like you guys said, we haven't won a trophy in 20 some odd years. If we play like shit this year, get over the line and win the trophy, next year, the mental block, the mental weight of constantly being trolled goes away. Now there may be a little bit more freedom for us to be able to go and play more attacking football. As far as the way teams set up against us, I think to what Craig said, I think that's a 50-50 thing. I think we're our own worst enemy at sometimes because there's times where we have the ball where we should just be going full-fledged going forward and not caring how the team is set up, and we'd be scoring more goals. The fact that our number 10 is getting the ball maybe 5 to 10 yards up top of our 18-yard box and there's nobody there because the wingers are all the way back like wingbacks, it holds us from being able to go forward and be able to play the true Arsenal attacking ball, which then that lands back on us for doing that because I'm not a prescriber to this low block shit because there's plenty of times where their defense is already in shambles, but because Odegaard gets the ball, takes 10 touches, looks sideways the whole time, never going forward, that's part of the problem to why these teams are able to reset up to where it's harder for us to break through. If we played full-fledged, just gung-ho football, because for me, I think one of the biggest talks that everybody as an Arsenal fan has had is this whole situation with Gyökeres. He hasn't gotten properly fed. If you had an old school setup where a striker and a number 10 were playing right with one another on 1-2 touches, if Gyökeres wins the ball and Odegaard's this great passer, it should be a quick win the ball aerially, turn around, bolt straight towards the other goal, and Odegaard should be playing him right through. Same thing if Saka is further up the pitch, and same thing if Trossard or Martinelli is. The fact of the matter is, we've seen plenty of games where Martinelli, Saka, or Trossard on the wings are basically wing backs. There's no need for that. Not when we have the team that we have. There's no need for that. Declan Rice, I'm sorry, maybe people will disagree. I think Rice is one of the best sixes in the world. He should be the guy cleaning everything up and winning the ball back in the midfield and instantly getting the ball going forward. I think you make that quick decision to move him to the 6 and make Zubimendi go up a little bit further. I think we're even more rock solid defensively and gives us more free reign to start going and smashing these teams up 3-4-0. Because for me,
but the thing is that Zubimendi is not that trustable, though. I mean, it could get you some certain kind of goals, but he's not yet a trustable guy in that position yet. And again, he's giving away some certain kind of goals. Is giving up some certain kind of goals in midfield, so we have to be careful. It's his first season in the Premier League. I mean, we should be careful. That's the way we go about this thing, isn't it?
I hear you, but there's been too many mistakes in that midfield when his back is to the midfield and he's getting the ball from either the goalkeeper or one of the center backs and he drops back. There always looks to be a mistake in him. There always looks to be a mistake in him from that. There's no reason, in my opinion. If you're going to keep going with Odegaard, and in my personal opinion, Odegaard should never start for this team again because the Kairat game's going. Eze should be the starting 10 from here on out throughout the rest of the season, in my opinion. Odegaard slows the game down too much. We allowed Kairat to make it a 3-2 game. That's bullshit. We should have smoked them 7-0. So at the end of the day, for me, All Rice should be doing is running around the midfield, winning the ball back, winning the aerial duels, immediately pass it to Zubimendi, and Zubimendi should only be facing forward and getting the ball moving forward. Enough of this dropping back into the center back roles where he's showing that way too many times he holds onto the ball too much and creates way too many possibilities of a mistake. I'm sick and tired of that because, yes, we're up top of the Champions League right now. Yes, we've beaten some good teams, but Inter wasn't at full strength. Atletico is not the same.
Excuse it. Oh, Gianni, excuse it. Imagine Arsenal fan just said that. Imagine I just said that I was in full strength when I played against Inter Milan. I was in full strength when I played against Atletico Madrid. But it doesn't work in that way. We face this team. We beat them, bro.
Mikel Moreno. If Mikel Moreno had to go up against Hakan Çalhanoğlu as the number 6 rather than a guy who's a number 10 who doesn't play number 6, it's a different ball game. We're talking about a team that's made a Champions League final 2 times in the last 3 years. We can't look at it from that perspective because look, when the kids came on, when Boni and Esposito came on, if Esposito scores that goal against Raya when he turned on Mosquera, it's a different game. It's a completely different game.
Then again, we're going by if, buts, and maybes then now.
Correct. 100% it's if, buts, and maybes. But at the same time, you can't play in that scenario against a team that's that weak and not destroy them. We made it harder on ourselves. We should have destroyed Inter more because they weren't at full strength. However, you've seen how the Champions League brackets are. We end up on that side with Real Madrid, PSG, and God forbid Barcelona lands on the same side. You can't play that same way where we're holding on and just waiting to see and possibly make a mistake. If you make a mistake against those clubs that have the heritage, it's a different ball game. It's a different ball game when it comes to that.
Definitely. I mean, I hear you, Gianni. I mean, makes for a good argument on the show. I see Dr. Seymour and, of course, Craig Matthews. See, Arsenal, yeah? Big win against Leeds, yeah. Can we hear something from you guys about how we set up, and 3 points in the bag, innit? Craig, you can start it up for us before we get into that Chelsea matchup and some injuries needs that we have down here. Yeah, Craig.
I just want to quickly say I do agree with Johnny with the whole Declan Rice in the 6 and Zubimendi 8. I think Declan Rice is more better in the 6. I know he can play 8 as well, but I think especially when he plays for England, the 6 is very more better in there. He can get tackles and make last his tackles, and he can control that midfield. I think Zubimendi is better in the 8 because Zubimendi scored a header the other day and just played. Where was he playing in the 8 role? He wasn't playing the 6 when he scored that goal. I think Zubimendi is more better when it comes to goal scorer. I think Zubimendi is a better goal scorer midfielder than Declan Rice. I honestly feel that. People don't realize, but he scored some crucial goals for the season. Forest at home. I was at that game. Saturday against Leeds. Who else did he score? Did he score against Chelsea as well in the League Cup? Was it Chelsea?
Was it Forest? Didn't he score that volley? Was it?
Yeah,
that volley?
It was at Forest. Forest at home. Yeah. Forest at home. That's early in the season. I think he scored against. Did he score against?
He scored 5 goals in total in the Premier League, and that's a personal record. He has only scored about 4 goals in his entire career. In terms of the highest goals he has scored in the Spanish La Liga with Real Sociedad, the highest is 4 goals he scored. This is a record season for Omar Zubimendi. I totally agree with Gianni and Craig.
I wanted to ask something though, quickly, because I think we need to talk about it. The Marino injury and who's going to step up for that position. Who do you guys think will be able to step up for that position whilst Marino is out? And is it a concern that Marino's injured?
No. Lewis Skelly for me should be the one that replaces him.
Yeah. Lewis Skelly, Havertz, and you got Eze as well. I think Havertz played well the other day because Havertz is not like other guys going to take 100 touches and do spin and do blade on the pitch. Havertz is looking forward. Havertz is looking forward against in the Champions League. Look forward, but it's straight to go across his feet, goal. I think he's more forward passing thinking. It's not more defensive thinking. It's more forward thinking. I think Eze, when you played in the Champions League the other day, is playing more deeper in a deeper role, controlled the tempo of the midfield like a Pirlo kind of player. Pirlo could play as a number 6 or 10. He could just more deeper, getting the ball, looking, playing it forward. So I think that could work. Either Havertz, Eze, or Lewis Skelly could play that midfield and that midfield players. to replace Mikel Merino.
Yeah, Dr. Seymour. Yeah, what do you have to say? And also add to your analysis of that Leeds matchup with Arsenal. Yeah. Also add to it, of course. Who do you think would replace Mikel Merino for you personally in the Arsenal midfield or in the striker position, whichever one you talk about? Because these days I don't know where Merino plays. Is that it's playing as a number 9 or as a midfielder? And bro, I don't trust him as a midfielder at Arsenal. This is the thing.
He's the reason why
I'm sorry, I don't. So when you bring up that question, when you bring up that question,
was because of Merino.
It's kind of like, because you're saying who would replace him? How would we stop talking about replacing Merino in number 9 when we have Gyökeres down there? That's his best position. He has played at Arsenal since his arrival. I don't rate him as an Arsenal midfielder at all. Dr. Seymour, do you rate him as a midfielder? Who do you think will replace him? I think it's a bit difficult saying that, but yeah.
It should be Lewis Skelly in the 8. Should be, right? Imperatively speaking. I mean, like, Marino is such a weird utility player because in midfield he offers us nothing. Up front he offers us, like it's pretty much like a weather. It's pretty much like weather in London. It can either be gray one day. Don't really exactly know what's going on there, but we know that there's always like a chance for rain, right? So.
Exactly.
Look, I mean, I'm not really as aggrieved with that loss outside the fact that it's just like one more player in our squad, going down to an injury. And we also know that games are going to be coming thick and fast. We know that we're going to be needing everyone to perform at their highest caliber. And we know all these things that need to occur, right? So I'm not even really worried about him up front because he was already like so far down the pecking order as it was already, and especially now that we have Jesus back, now that we have 29 back. I mean, like he was going to be like 4th choice at that point. And and for what it's worth, he doesn't really offer us much in midfield. So I mean, I don't want to be calling it a blessing because again, like we all, because we definitely need the numbers, like going forward throughout the rest of the season. But simultaneously, there's just not a whole lot that he has to offer. So I mean, like it's just kind of like that. I mean, like I'm very nonplussed about it, I guess. Is what you can say. And I'm not sure if you had brought up Chelsea, but I think Raya should start. I think we need to go. I think we need to go strong. I think we need to go completely strong. Like do not play around with it. Do not play with our food. Just consume it all. Be done with it.
Agreed.
Yeah. See ya, people. Yeah. Smash up the like button. Subscribe to each and every one of these legends down here, people. Yeah. And again, see, Waffledon and Gianni, I'll go down to you. Bukayo Saka in the presser today with Mikel Arteta. Of course, we have our Carabao Cup second leg tomorrow, definitely. He said that Bukayo Saka is definitely injured, but there would be a final, assessment of his injury, that the injury wasn't serious. So there's still a big chance that he plays tomorrow, but it will be assessed. People, yeah, Gianni Waffledon. Yeah, we've seen Bukayo Saka being overused by this manager. Yeah, injury-wise, fitness-wise, this man has been abused, bro. Yeah, he's gone through pain. Yeah, playing for this team. Immediately, he got injured in that warm-up against Leeds United. Someone, tightened up his boots and came on, Madueke, and got 2 assists, bro. The Premier League have just handed over that goal that was, that was said to be an own goal to, of course, Milani Madueke. So he now has his first league goal in the Premiership. the season, bro. Maybe he could just walk on from that and get us something down that right hand side. Of course, I'll start with you, Gianni. Gianni, what do you think? Bukayo Saka, the whole story surrounding him, and do you want to see him play tomorrow, or do you just want to see Madueke step it up?
No, give it to Madueke. I mean, I'm of the belief, if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't think Saka's healed properly from the injury from last year that we rushed him back. I think that's the reason why the guy is a shell of himself. I mean, let's be honest here. He's not putting up the numbers, and he's not having that much emphasis in the game. He's kind of like how we are when we play. He's good for 20 minutes, the first 20 minutes when we blitz teams, then he fades away, and then you don't see him for 20, 30 minutes at a time. As far as Mikel Merino, I'm sorry, I'm just going to be blunt. Mikel Merino's shit. I don't care that this guy's injured. He's shit. He's shit. Let's just call it for what it is. The guy, first of all, the Manchester United loss is an indictment on the manager, because why in God's name is Mikel Merino playing the 6? Rice was in the 8 position trying to stop the attack, running all the way over. Mikel Merino's in the 6, backing up and giving Cunha all the space. So sorry if I sound like an asshole, but I'm fine with Mikel Merino being injured. And as far as I'm concerned, he should not be getting a starting spot when he comes back into the team. He should be holding bench to somebody else. Like Craig said, I'd rather see Eze in the 8 role, to be quite honest with you, than Merino. Merino hasn't done anything to deserve of any praise or any start in the midfield, because he's garbage in the midfield. Let's just be honest about that. You know, his bread and butter at Sociedad was he made late runs into the box for either rebound shots or headers, because Oyarzabal and Kubo, I think his name was, weren't the greatest of finishers, so he got free reign to run in the box. He doesn't have that at Arsenal, so his best weapon is no longer there. So at that point, there's no reason for him to be playing. As far as Chelsea, we should be going in there with a full-strength squad and slapping the shit out of them. I don't care about this new manager bounce. I don't care about Liam Rossignol and what he did at Strasbourg and all this other bullshit. Don't care about none of that. We should be – Chelsea – we said it on my stream the other day when I had Waffle on there. Chelsea is the perfect team for us to beat, because Chelsea is the exemplary part of the history of the last 20 years why we haven't won a league trophy. This is a team that has come in, stole the show with the amount of money that Abramovich invested into the team, winning trophies, winning league titles, when we should been in that situation. And they've been part of the bogey situation for Arsenal for the last 20 years, not winning a trophy. They've been one of our problems over the last 20 years, winning trophies, period. So for me, we should be going in there and saying, this team has been a mental block. Let's go in here. They got a new manager. Don't care what the situation is with their squad, and slap the shit out of them. So I think we should be going full strength. Like I said, we win the League Cup. I think we're even more of a reason for us to win the league, because now the bad shadow on the shoulder is gone. We finally got over the hump. We've won a trophy. Now we can progress forward. I don't care about Rossignol. Don't care about him whatsoever. The guy barely beat a Napoli team that's got 10 injuries to their starting 11. Barely beat them. I'm not hearing none of that. We should be going in there and beating them 3-4-0 tomorrow.
Waffle Don, I mean, big words from Gianni. I mean, tightening the screw over Chelsea. Do you agree with Gianni on this one, bro?
100%. Yeah. Listen, we haven't got time to be experimenting. We have to go in with a strong guard, because if you look at Chelsea last couple of games, I think Chelsea against Brentford, not Chelsea against Brentford. Sorry, Chelsea played. Who did they play? They played West Ham. They came back from two goals down. Mm-hmm. And if anyone's going to give Chelsea anything, it's going to be Arsenal. So I think we need to just go tomorrow and just lock off that tie. Yeah, I don't want to see Kepa in goal. I agree. I want to see Raya in goal. I want to see a strong lineup, strong back four, strong midfield. We have to go for it tomorrow. We're one game away from a bloody final, man. Mm-hmm. They don't come every day. Sorry about all the guys that have got us to this point. But at the end of the day, yeah, we need to go strong, because if Chelsea beat us, yeah, that'd be another semi-final that we haven't gone past, you know. And that's wrapping up on Arteta's bill. Yeah, right.
The capitulation and the back.
Mentally.
listen, don't risk Saka. Let him sit down because sometimes, yeah, I think we're a bit better. I think we're better off without Saka in the team at some points because a lot of the games he's offered nothing. And I'm not dissing Saka because I love Saka, but a lot of the games he's offered nothing, just nothing. So you know what? Give Madueke a chance and let's go for it. Let's just get into that final. And that's all I want.
I think a position change needs to happen to Saka, if I'm being quite honest with you. I honestly would let Saka sit and welcome him back in and see what he could do at a number 10 position. I think Saka's game when he was top class, when he was on the 2 years before the injury came, Saka's first 2 steps are one of the best in the world. Once he throws that shimmy at you, his first 2 steps, he breaks away from you and you can't catch him. He has not shown that one time. I mean, fucking old man Lewis Dunk caught him. That's saying something that there should be a little bit of a worry about the pace. For me, Madueke is on a hot streak. Keep it going. Play the hot hand. Play the hot hand. Ride out the streak with him. Once it starts to temper off a little bit, then you take Madueke out and then you reassess the situation of who's going to play the right wing. But agreed, Saka should not be starting. In my opinion, I'm just sick of the manager playing injured players to begin with. This has been a problem. I mean, what was the stat that AFTV put out a couple months ago, and we've had more injuries? We've had over 100 injuries to a squad since the 2024-2025 season. And remember now, last year the manager told all of us we knew we were thin coming into the season, and we still had over 100 injuries to a smaller squad. It's inexcusable. If somebody's hurt, you don't play them. And this is even more of a reason why the loan to Ethan Nwaneri is damning, because the young kids should be getting an opportunity right now to play, because our youngsters are some good players. Ethan Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly are good players that could come in and make a difference in that midfield. And we saw Nwaneri last year do good on the wing. So for me, I don't play him. Let the kids.
He should be playing this game tomorrow. Nwaneri should be playing this semifinal.
If he was here, he should be the starting right winger. He should be the starting right winger. 100% agree.
Facts. Big facts.
Of course, Craig, chime into this one. Craig and Dr. Seymour, chime into this one. Chelsea tomorrow. Should all hell break loose? Should we use all these stars? See, people, it's easy to say, use Madueke. I mean, I hear you, but I mean, brother, we have a Premier League game in the weekend. We just got off, that bus, I mean, they didn't take planes down there to Leeds. They took buses down to Leeds, And again, they had to play. It was a hard-fought game, whether we like it or not, Now, we're now telling Madueke that he might have to play 3 games in 7 days. I mean, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, because one thing we've seen is fatigue, creep into this team, and that's what we don't want, this team to be at the end of the day. A team that is, riddled with fatigue all around the team. Should we be mixing it up against Chelsea, or should we go hard? I mean, I want to go hard, but again, I'm this kind of guy that prefers perspective. I want to hear from other people. What do you think, Dr. Seymour and Craig Matthews?
Yeah, we got to go hard like Bernard, like really and truly, I mean,
Man is not joking, man.
We're also playing, I think we're playing Sunderland on the weekend, right? This is very much a bit of a Schrodinger's paradox here, right? Everyone talks about how large the squad is, and that we have all of these, rotating options, but yet simultaneously, we can't field our best team, tomorrow, as well as still be able to field a strong team on the weekend. I'm just not hearing that, unfortunately. And especially considering this manager's track record, he has to be doing everything bar none to get us to the final, because I do think that if we get to the final, I'm crazy as sounds, I think we are actually going to win it if we get to the final itself. I think those players will be able to get that duck off their back, and they'll be able to see, what, fuck it, we're finally at Wembley. Pardon my French, but but we're finally going to do this. We're finally going to see armpits in May. We should not require such a strong side to play against Sunderland. I mean, granted, they did give us a hard time away at the Stadium of Light, and that has always been a bit of a tricky like location for all teams to go to. But like it's very much like an Ellen Road kind of situation like with them. They've always made that that their home fortress. I don't know what their away form looks like this season, but but I think we should always be taking us as the victor at home. There should not be any reason why we should not be doing like a 3-1 victory over them over the weekend, even with a few of our better players resting, or perhaps just coming in for like a quick cameo. But as of right now, the most critical objective is to get to the final, and that means playing the best players that are available tomorrow. For sure.
Yeah, definitely. Because we'll soon be wrapping up. Craig Matthews, please. What do you think about that Chelsea matchup tomorrow? And predictions for that game?
Pick your strongest team. You only get one chance to get to a final. You pick your strongest team. Then, if you're winning by a certain amount of goals, you can always take off players and rest players for the weekend. And plus, Sunderland's away form recently has not been that great. They've lost a couple of games away from home as well recently. So their form is not that. They were in the top, near the top 4 start for a couple of months, and they kind of dropped down the table now. So their form is not that great away from home, but still we have to go and beat them on Saturday. And either way, tomorrow and Saturday we've got to win the games, both games.
Can I just say something about Madueke? Yeah, quickly, on Noni. Yeah, Noni looks like this. He looks. I'm a bit concerned about Noni, because the way he plays, he does a lot of movement with his knees and his body's movement. I saw him hobble off the other day against Leeds as well. I don't think that guy can give us 10 games in a row consistently. I think he's going to break down at some point, and then I think we're going to be in a situation where we're either using Martinelli or Jesus on that side. So the manager's going to have to think what to do. And I thought today, something would have happened in the transfer window, because we've not really touched on that. There was rumours of Tonali and the agent offering Tonali to us. That would have been a beautiful signing. That would have been the league wrapped up. What's that, Johnny?
We walk the league if we get Tonali.
I know. Don't even get me started.
We walk the league if we get him. Are you kidding me?
And next season.
You imagine him and Declan Rice together in the middle? Who the fuck is scoring on us?
They were
going to win the battle in the midfield.
Those two right there, they are such a perfect match in heaven in the midfield. They really are. And if I recall correct, Gianni, while he was still at AC Milan, Tonali was playing more of a hybrid Modric role before he got moved into further deep in midfield as more of a quasi 6. Am I recalling that right?
Well, he was they basically tried doing the Pirlo role with him, where basically they set up. So do you remember the Algerian midfielder Benacer?
Yes.
Benacer
used to play for us too.
Correct.
Arsenal, yeah.
Benacer would line up next to him. And basically, it was the Gattuso Pirlo, where Benacer would move into the 6 defensively, and Tonali would move forward with the ball, because the guy, if he gets a hold of it, anything 25 yards out, he's going to smash it in the net. We've seen it a million times.
Definitely, bro.
He's a fantastic shooter of the ball. He's a great free kick taker as well, and he dictates the pace of the game. He's all in, and he's physical too. Tonali, that's a lot of things that people forget about Tonali. Tonali's physical enough to do the dirty work in the midfield too. So
it helps us defensively. It helps us defensively. It's within the wheelhouse of what Mikel Arteta likes to do. He likes defensive players, innit? Tonali ticks the whole boxes, bro. Good on the ball, fast movement, quick taker, physicality. He's rash. Okay, maybe his fitness levels. I'm not so sure about his fitness levels, if he's always going to be available every week. I'm not really that sure, because I think he's getting to the twilight of his career also. But, he's done a lot in Italy, came down here, doing lots of games with Newcastle. But again, I'm not so sure about him physically. But if he's fit, he's the right boxes, bro.
Oh, I think if that's available,
I
come at
don't
the
know
end-
what you think about him physically.
No, physically he's fine. Physically he's fine. I'm not concerned about it with him. I think the problem to why he's been picking up injuries in Newcastle is Newcastle doesn't have any depth in the midfield past the three. Who are you going to call upon? Joe Willock? I mean, look at the drop off of the three
Man,
that they
it's
have.
crocked.
Listen, facts is facts. Again, if you leave it up to me, listen, if we go on and win the league this year, turn around, get rid of Odegaard immediately. That's exactly where I was going to go with this. Get rid of Odegaard immediately. You can see what you want. I mean, I don't foresee us getting rid of Zubamendi, but a Zubamendi, Rice, Tonali midfield, I don't see too many teams that can outhold, at least control the game the way that midfield plays. You got physicality across the ball with the three. You got two guaranteed goal scorers in Zubamendi, and I think if you let Tonali go a little bit further forward, and you see his skill set that he has, he's going to start scoring a lot more goals than Odegaard. So for me, I think this is a no-brainer. If you got this for the summertime lined up, dump Odegaard and bring Tonali right in. I think you're lining yourself up to be in the run back to back.
Killer player.
Tonali's a killer.
So if Newcastle say 80 million for Tonali,
Do it.
should we be going for that?
Do it.
Do it.
Spend it. You're gonna get that. You're going to get that
Okay.
just with the prize money. You're going to get that just with the prize money for winning the Premier League and all the bonus cash that you get from the Champions League. You'll have enough. Spend it. Plus, look at the contract that Odegaard's on. Odegaard's on what? £250,000 a week. He's getting paid $1 million a month.
Jesus Christ.
Get his bum
Man
ass
is
off.
leeching the football club.
Yeah, get his bum ass off the team. Get that crazy contract off the team. Let Berta start redoing our contract so that we can afford more players like this.
Bro,
You know,
imagine,
we're talking what is it? Odegaard,
imagine
Havertz,
Tonali
and
Alvarez.
Jesus combined is just under or just over £800,000 a week. That's
Jesus
ridiculous.
Christ, bro. Bro, these guys are leeching our football club, bro. We have
And then
absolutely
Fucking succubuses.
look at the absolute stinkers. Odegaard
is going to be
drops every week.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Blame Edu. Edu's only getting a big contract. So Edu was buying all these dud players from nowhere. Didn't do anything for us. They bought that William. We bought William.
It's a no-brainer. Bring in Tonali. Bring it right now and get rid of Odegaard and all these clowns. Some of all these clowns we have in our team, bro. I mean, Jesus is just coming back, but I'm sorry, bro. We have to be radical. Yeah, we have to be radical. He would have to leave in the summer. We find other options that are more, that we can count on. But again, it is what it is. Great show today, fire show. In fact, I like this, people. Yeah, let's maintain this crew, people. We can do things, people. We can do things. And again, people. Yeah, we have a chance for you guys to also show this. I mean, rebroadcast this. The show on your channels. Of course, Waffle Don has made that possible. So please, everyone is gonna, get our own piece of the cake in this one. So let everyone just put everything together and let this panel let's just bruise through. Yeah. But before we go, the Arsenal versus Chelsea prediction. Before we go, I will start from you, Craig Matthew, and then we'll go through.
2-0 Arsenal.
That's the same one?
2-1 Arsenal. Come on. Let's get to the finals.
Okay. Waffle done?
2-2.
Ooh.
2-2. Whoa.
Whoa,
that sent chills to the room, people. I mean, look at Gianni, look at Craig's face. I mean, Dr. Faber is shocked.
Well, you know what? I meant to put a slight asterisk to my score my prediction rather. So I think in general, I think it'll be 2-1 win. But if Odegaard starts,
that's another thing.
Save our shit.
Exactly. Gianni, talk to us, my brother, man.
If it's the same team that played West Ham, if it's the same backline that played West Ham, I'm saying 3-1 Arsenal.
Wow,
And if Odegaard
3-1
starts,
Arsenal.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it's the same back line and we don't start Odegaard, 3-1 Arsenal. If Odegaard starts, I might have to go with Waffle Down and say 2-2.
Whoa, people, big talk. Of course, there was a question
What's your
from
prediction?
AFC Always. He's been telling us a question. He's
Yeah, the
talking
question-
about who starts instead of the goalkeeper. Who starts, Raya
Right.
or the other guy?
Raya have to start, man. Kepa's
That is a Balaga. It's Raya. It has to be Raya.
Kepa
AFC.
made two mistakes.
It has to be Raya.
Kepa made two
Does anyone want Kepa here? Let's be frank.
No.
Does anyone want Kepa? Waffle Don, do you want Kepa?
No, I want to go with my strongest team, man. I'm not on the favors. Like, no. I want to really put Raya in goal. He's our number one goalkeeper. He's kept 12 clean sheets this season. Looking like he's going to be getting that third Golden Glove. We need him in goal for this, man. Listen, ex-Chelsea, no. We don't know if this guy's going to be doing some agent business. And nah. You know what I mean? Put my goalkeeper in goal.
Let's be honest here. Kepa couldn't start for my fucking high school team. He sucks. He fucking sucks.
See, people, we have to go, but they have to tell us about the channels and what they got going on this week. So, Craig Matthews, what do you got coming up on your channel, my bro?
Nothing at the moment. Might do a watch along tomorrow for the game.
What?
Wow,
Hold on.
Might.
Interesting.
Might.
Interesting. Where can the people find you, Craig? Where can the people find you, Craig?
It's in the 87 on the link in the.
Yeah. The link's in the description. 87. The words 87.
Yeah. Big up to Boy 10. Big up to Boy 10. Boy 10, we're winning the quadruple. What do you think? Dr. Seymour. Dr. Seymour, where can people find you, my brother, man?
Well, you can find me here at London Coney Renal, where I have had patients lining up all the way from here down to Croydon, removing their heads from our captain's backside. And they have been they've been crying. There has been a lot of reassessing of going on as far as all these narratives that have been associated to all these players over time. So people are leaving Odegaard's backside in droves, and they will only continue to do so until the end of the season. So come on, you Gunners. We need I'm telling you, I'm so famished for silverware. Gotta see it. And we're also converting Boy 10 Dio into a proper Arsenal fan, because he is also on the get rid of Odegaard train. So let me tell you, if that's not progress, I don't know what is.
Dr. Sebo, where do we find you? Ladies and gentlemen, the resident proctologist himself. See, where do we find you, brother? Tell the people.
Oh, London Coney Renal Center. I'm here every day. I'm also accepting NHS insurance. So, you're covered.
Gianni, look at Gianni's face, brother. I'll see here. Waffle Don, what do you have coming up this week? Ladies and gentlemen, the resident proctologist himself. This man gets me all the time, bro. Waffle Don, tell the people what you got coming up, man.
Watch along tomorrow. I've got to do something with Craig as well at some point this week. Yeah, that's about it. You know me, day to day, man. I just do my random shows. So yeah, man. And big up to Gianni for that show the other day. Go and check out our show. Gianni done his first video with Shane Guna, and it was a pleasure to be on his stream as well. Make sure you go and support his channel as well.
Yeah. Big up to you, Waffle Don, of course, and of course he's the co-host and also co-owner of the show. So big up to you, man. Thanks for everything you do, and of course he's a personal friend of mine. So big up to you, Waffle Don, man. Big up to you, and people go subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to Dr. Seamus channel, and of course Craig Matthews. I haven't worked with Gianni before. Gianni, I should tell you live on the show, man. mate, you are great, my brother, man. I like your analysis. I like everything. I like the energy you bring, bro. This is it. Waffle done. Come on, man. You never told me that you had this gold mine.
Hey,
I mean,
if
come on, bro.
one person's
You
gonna
never
keep you
told me you
quiet,
had
it's
this
gonna be
gold
one.
mine, bro.
But,
Jesus Christ,
listen,
Gianni, man. Gianni, man, big, massive respect to you. I like your takes. I mean, I like your takes, my brother, man. So big up to you, man. Hopefully, we keep working here, and hopefully I get to do some shows with you. I've worked with everyone around there. Me and Dr. Samuel have a show together. Me and Craig Matthews have a show together. Waffle Dome, we have a show together. So I pretty much understand all of them, but I've never met you before. I've never seen you talk before. This is my first time, and then you, bro. Massive respect to you. Tell all these people where they could find you, my bro.
Yeah, my channel's Gianni Talks Calcio TV. Thinking about maybe even doing a stream later tonight. We'll see. But yeah, man, appreciate the invite. Couldn't make the last one. Work's been crazy, but work's starting to settle down now. So hopefully this will be a regular thing with you guys. Always appreciate the call. Big up Waffle, big up Doc, big up Craig, big up yourself as well, Tony. So yeah, just appreciate getting the call up, and yeah, hopefully come on, you Gunners. Let's slap these idiots from West London tomorrow.
Yeah.
Exactly, people. Let us slap this clown tomorrow, people. Yeah. I have a watch along tomorrow, definitely. I want Craig Matthews back on the channel, people. Hopefully this weekend, me, him, and Leon might go on that Three Musketeers. Me and Josh will be coming back on Friday for our show together. I'm still waiting on Dr. Samuel to tell me when we can go for our show this week. Please let me know. But should be after the Chelsea game. Probably after that, we can talk about when we to have the show. I have a show coming up with Dom from Arsenal Domination on Thursday, and then on Friday I'll be going with Lee Gunner and Northside LDN on Friday. So I just really want to pick up this wins so that I could just go and do the shooby-doo right in front of them, and make them lick their wounds at the end of the day. So it is what it is. People, we've come to the end of the show. Thank everyone for popping in. Thanks everyone for subscribing to the channels, people. From me and the man them on Monday Night Madness, people. We are out, people. Peace.